As carnivores, let's say never again. Let's put a stop to the shady weight loss drug sales and the eat your veggies or you'll die, you need to be plant-based misinformation. Let's spread the word about carnivore, one person at a time. And the easiest way to have an impact is to speak out, to share your experience. Surprise! I'm going to do this quick video without my hat. And if you stick with me throughout this whole video, at the end I'll share why I always wear my hat in videos. I'd like to ask for your help. Doctors were wrong. So wrong. As you know, doctors have their training and standards of care, which unfortunately means that the average person is medicated to their eyeballs and not getting the information they really need about the proper human diet. Things are changing, doctors are more and more coming around, but we can help to speed up that process. We can help to speed up the process through awareness building. The more we talk about our experiences and success, the more people will become aware of carnivore. So here's how you can help. Help me to tell your story. Get in touch with me and we'll get you on the channel to tell your story. I have over 400 stories out there already and it's growing every day. And I want to tell your story too. And that's whether you've been carnivore for 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months or 2 years. I want to get your story out there. All you need to do is send me an email to realzerocarb@gmail.com and we'll set up a time that works for you and get you on the channel. But I realize you might be a little bit hesitant, so here are some of the concerns that I've heard from people. The first one I often hear is, my story's not interesting. My story's not exciting with lots of weight loss and lots of changes and things like that. And for people that are thinking my story's not interesting, my story's not exciting, I would say, please don't feel that way. Everyone has a story to tell, and the important thing is we get your story out there. No matter what the story is like, the feedback that I get from my viewers all the time is I learned something new from this video. Whatever video it is, no matter who it's from, no matter what the success has been, whether it's someone who lost 1 million pounds in 2 minutes or it's someone that just got rid of their brain fog, whatever it is, any little thing that changes, or even if you just feel better about yourself, you haven't noticed anything, you didn't have joint pain, you didn't have to lose any weight, but you just feel better about yourself, or you're just feeling healthier, whatever it is, I'd like to talk to you. So don't feel that your story is not interesting. Everyone has a story to tell, and the viewers always get something from every story. The second thing I hear is, my story's not extensive. It's only going to take 2 minutes for me to tell my story. Who's going to want to watch a 2-minute story? And what I would say to you about that is, from my public training experience, I would say your story takes as long as it takes. If it's a 20-minute story, if it's a 2-minute story, it doesn't matter. If it's a 2-hour story, it doesn't matter. Your story is your story. Your genuine story is what's important. And so no one's sitting there with a watch like when you were in school going, okay, you got to speak for a minimum of 10 minutes. No one's doing that, right? If it takes 2 minutes, it takes 2 minutes. It takes as long as it takes. Doesn't matter what that is. All right. So if you've got a story and you feel like, oh, it's not a very long story, doesn't matter. I'd like to hear from you, and my viewers would like to hear from you. And the more stories we get out there, whether they're short stories, whether they're long stories, it doesn't matter. The point is getting all the stories out there. And remember, some viewers like to watch short videos. Some viewers like to watch a long video. A lot of people, they're listening to the interview when they're doing their commute. Some people have a short commute. Some people have a longer commute. Every interview works for people. Okay, so don't worry about whether your story is extensive or not. The third one that I hear a lot from people is, I've only been carnivore for 1 week or 2 weeks. That's not long enough. And I would say, don't worry about that. The important thing is you started carnivore, maybe it's only a week ago, but you're already feeling better, right? You're already sleeping better, or you already have more energy, or you've already noticed some weight loss or something like that, or you're already feeling stronger. Whatever it is, maybe your skin's better already. Whatever it is, I'd like to hear from you, because the important thing is we are showing people how they can eat in a way that's going to make them feel better very quickly. This is not one of the standard diets where you have to do it for like 6 months, your metabolism slows down, and you actually feel awful day to day, because day to day you're starving yourself, but you do notice a bit of weight loss after 6 months. This is not one of those diets. This is a lifestyle where when you change to it, you actually start feeling better straight away. And so if you've only been doing it for 1 or 2 weeks, it's still important to get your story out there, because when people hear like, oh, I'm going to start feeling good instantly, that's a good selling point. That's a point that's going to get a lot of people over the line to try carnivore. Okay. Now, number 4 is a common one as well, and that's like, well, what if I make a mistake when I'm talking? What if I say something that I didn't mean to say, and I can't erase it if I'm live? And the important thing is to remember, this is not ever going to be live, right? If we do an interview live, that puts way too much pressure on you, okay? And so all the interviews are pre-recorded and will be edited before they go up. So if you start saying something and you think to yourself, no, I don't want to say it this way, I want to say it a different way, that's fine. You just need to start again. And when the video is being edited, the first run through where you decided, no, I don't want to say it like that, that'll just be taken out. Okay, if you're in the middle of talking about something and the doorbell rings and Amazon is delivering the stuff you ordered yesterday, the beef tallow you ordered yesterday, no problem. We'll just cut that out. Okay, so there's no problem. We're not live. It'll be pre-recorded, so you can relax. All right. If we have to go through a certain part of it a few times before you're happy with the way it's delivered, we'll do that. Now, also, here are some things you can look forward to. Number 1, it's fun. We can have a laugh about things. We're talking about something we have in common. And I don't do a lot of talking, as you might have noticed. And from the perspective of I'm spending my time listening, it's always kind of a nice feeling when someone says, tell me something about yourself, and they actually listen. You know, it's good to be able to share. And so, you know, that's kind of a cool thing. And also, number 2, you get to laugh at me. I've got one line that I need to deliver at the start of every interview, and I can't even do that properly most of the time. So you'll get to laugh at me as I go over and over and over trying to say that one line. How did you find carnivore? And so I'd love it if you'd want to be involved. All you need to do is send me an email to realzerocarb@gmail.com. You don't even need to write a big essay about your background and tell me everything that's happened. All I need to know is, how long have you been doing carnivore, and are you up for an interview? And then I'll reply to you, and we'll set up a time in your time zone that works for you, and we can get you on the channel. And so now, why do I always, except for now, why do I always wear a hat in my interviews and videos? It's because you might have noticed my hair is curly. And right now it's got a lot of product in there. And the reason it's got a lot of product in there is because it looks ridiculous if I don't. And most of my interviews are done very early in the morning for me. And what that means is if I wanted to do an interview without wearing my hat, I would need to get a shower and spend time messing around with my hair and all that kind of stuff. But if I don't worry about that and I just wear a hat, I can basically roll out of bed and start doing interviews. And so that's the reason that I always wear a hat. So please shoot me an email at realzerocarb@gmail.com. And if you've been on before and you'd like to do an update, please let me know, and we'll also get you back on the channel. And in the meantime, you can check out my latest interview right here.